Hello, everyone. Welcome to TD Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
Squawk.
and this is Dirk's top five basic events. So this is the last video in the event series. So I've done a series of top fives. Then Dirk decided to squawk about not having one himself. So here he is trying to make up for it.
So I'm going to spare you. I thought about actually squawking through the whole thing and making Dave do this in subtitles, but I'm
Nope,
going to spare everybody. I'm
nope.
not going to make you listen to that, and I'm not going to make him subtitle it.
This
So
video this video would have got lost.
this one, I would have been canceled.
We would have to redo it. I'd be telling them, well, sorry, something happened to that video. You're gonna have to redo it.
Yeah. All right. So in this one, I normally do a an honorable mention, which tends to be something that is a little bit situational. However, the situation comes up, tends to make it a little further up on my list.
This one has 8 honorable mentions.
This one actually, well, it has two. There are actually two because I'm making up for the fact that I didn't have one for the pool aspect. So we're going to go ahead and start then. So my number one honorable or number two honorable mention, because this actually the other one actually does fall a little bit is a little bit falls a little bit more plus on me. This is Across the Spider-Verse. It's a 2-cost event. There is a maximum one per deck, which might actually be kind of thinking about it, might be the reason why it's the number two honorable mention. But as a hero action, you're going to exhaust a Web Warrior card that you control. You're going to search your discard pile for a Web Warrior ally and put that into play. And then you're going to choose a player, and that player can spend 3 resources of any type to repeat this ability. Now, I've only ever actually seen the other player actually take the advantage of that. If you built everybody playing Web Warriors, you could. I don't know that.
Back in the Sinister
Yeah,
Motive
whenever
days, I
first,
could
yeah,
see that.
yeah. I think we might have actually done that.
Maybe I don't remember. But
All right,
like if one
yeah.
person was
Normally, if I'm
playing,
building this anymore, though, we're not using the second
yeah,
one.
if someone was playing Miles and the other person was playing Gwen Stacy or something.
Yeah, but this one, it's a lot of times though. Whenever I'm playing Web Warriors, because they synergize so well together, I do tend to like to play a lot of other Web Warriors with them. So whenever I'm playing Web Warrior decks, this one does actually come up on my list quite a bit. But so yeah, I do like this one, but it is my number two honorable mention. My number one honorable mention also is situational. It's actually probably more situational. However, I like it a little bit better because if I've gotten the chance to play this one, it's definitely making it in my deck. The Web Warrior one, not every time. This one, though, it is the basic spell. It's a 2-cost spell event. You do have to be a mystic to play it, as same way you do for, I think all spells require mystics. But as a hero action, you can choose to either heal 3 damage from an identity that is hero, alter ego, or ally. Oh, no, just hero or alter ego. No allies, because they're characters, not identities. But heal 3 damage to an identity. You can remove 3 threat from a scheme or deal 3 damage to an enemy. This one, I love this one, and the only reason it's not in my top 5 is because Mystic is not the most common thing in the world to come across. So it's a little bit harder to play this one. Absolutely love it. I love the versatility this one offers. So number one of my alternates.
Now I'm guessing none of these are on your in your list, so this would be another honorable mention. Probably would be like team up cards because those are events, but they're
Oh,
specific. Do you have a team up in there?
I do not have any
Yeah, I
team
didn't
ups.
think so. Because those are really specific. You play one of the characters listed there and
Yeah,
then have the other
I
character.
do
But
love a
there's
lot
some
of the
good
team ups,
there's
but
some
they're
good
never
ones.
going to make my top 5.
Yeah, there's some good ones and there's also some kind of meh ones too.
Yeah, but some of the great ones. I mean, team ups. If I'm playing only one of the characters on the team up, I'm probably in most cases I'm not going to play the team up card. If there's another hero in the game, then I'm going to take a look at it. But that's one I don't know. I'm a lot of times it's going to lose its slot. I mean, I like the cards, but they're too situational for me to make my top 5. All right. So speaking of the top 5, let's move on. Number 5. Now this one is also situational, but this situation is much easier to find. This is Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So this is a 0-cost event. You, as a hero action, you can exhaust an Avenger character you control to ready another Avenger character you control. Now the great thing about this one is you do not have to be playing the Avenger here, an Avenger hero. All you need is Avenger allies, 2 of them to make this work.
Yep.
So this is actually probably the easiest of any of my situational cards to pull off because Avengers are by far the most common class in the game or group in the game. But it's a great card, and you can use one that is to where their ability is not going to be as useful to you, or you don't want them to take consequential damage, so you can ready a more useful Avenger. Now, what is great, and I've actually seen, and this is kind of what opened my eyes to this card a little bit, is I've actually seen Dave put a honorary Avenger on Yondu whenever he's had Yondu Voltroned up and has readied Yondu with it. That's kind of what opened my eye to this one. So this one it made my top 5, but that's kind of where I first started thinking about this card.
Well, yeah,
I'm going to give props to Dave on that one.
I kind of been doing a lot of more ally swarm or Avenger swarms with Wonder Man and Hercules, and so this card kind of
Made a comeback for him.
yeah, especially in leadership.
Yeah.
Leadership deck.
All right. So my number 4 is First Aid. So this one's been around since the beginning, but I absolutely love this card. It is a 1-cost event. Heal 2 damage from any character. So this one, yeah, it says character, so you can do allies, you can do alter egos, you can do heroes, and you can use it in any aspect. Now, it doesn't always make my deck list because there's other cards that kind of push it out, but if there is an ally especially that I want to keep around,
Like Maria.
yeah, well, yeah, right. I have never used this card on Maria ever. I'm sorry, Maria. I love you. You're my favorite card in the game. You're not getting First Aid. But I have actually
Can't even
used this
spend
card. Nope.
one resource to
Nope.
help her out.
Nope, not gonna happen. So I don't think I've ever actually played a First Aid on her. In fact, I actually had somebody try to put First Aid on her one time or try to heal her for something, and I told them no.
Yeah.
I would not let them do it. So, but yeah, so this is my number 4. It's an oldie, but it's still a goodie. I do still use this card. All right. My number 3, Multi-Talented. So this is another one of those that I love the versatility of it. It's a 3-cost attack and thwart event. And as a hero action, you can attack and thwart. If you paid for this event using at least 1 strength, you're going to deal 2 damage to an enemy. If you used at least 1 of the blue. Yeah, one of the blue ones. You're going to remove 2 threat from a scheme.
Mental.
Yeah, there you go, mental. That's it. And if you use an energy, you're going to heal 2 damage from your identity. Now, I love the fact, it costs 3, so you could potentially do all 3 and get all of the abilities. But the versatility of this one and the fact that it's an attack and a thwart, this one almost creeped up. I almost put this one in my number 2 slot, but my number 2 slot is just one I use too much. But what I love about this one
is really good with Jubilee and Domino.
This one's also very good with Gamora.
Yeah.
Because it's both an attack and a thwart. And that's actually why it almost made it to my number 2 slot, because it does do both of those. So you can actually play this card if you have a confused or a
well, if you have a confused and a stun, you could you could play to get rid of both your statuses.
You can get rid of both statuses. But you could play this to get rid of one of the statuses.
Yeah.
So I do love that. So number 3.
It's cost you 3 to get
it does cost 3. I try not to use it for that, but you can. My number 2 though, this one's one that I do play this one every time I'm playing somebody in the 14 club. This one's going in a deck. This is limitless stamina, so it's a 1-cost event. It does require a character that has a printed hit points of 14. So what? There's 5, I think. Very few of them, but anytime I've got a character who meets that criteria, I'm putting at least 1 copy of this, probably 3 copies of this in my deck. But as a hero action, you can ready your hero. Very simple. Doesn't matter. That's all it needs to do.
This is auto include in Hercules decks.
Yes. This is an auto include in like I said, almost every 14 plus. All right. And my number 1 is one that there's a couple of people I know that wonder why we like this. This is my number 1 basic, and this is also going to be a top 5 events for me, period. But this goes in every basic deck that I play. And it's gone in other decks as well, but it's assess the situation. This is a zero cost event, but you get, as an action, you get +1 hand size until the end of the phase. So what's great is that means if you happen to have 3 of these and play 3 of these, you're drawing 3 additional cards at the beginning at the upkeep step, where you untap and unexhaust everybody. Do what?
Oh,
Oh, I thought you were going to say
no,
something.
I just think then you get the card
Oh
that
yeah.
makes you discard your hand
Oh
and
no, that
draw
has
for a
happened to
hand
me.
size.
That has happened to me. So that is so fortunately for anybody who's not gone to Con of Heroes or whatever, you're not going to probably have that unless you've done a print to play, because that was a Con of Heroes exclusive one. That is such a frustrating card. But yes, that has happened to me. But yeah, this one, I love this card. You get extra card draw. Now, the argument that I hear against it is, well, you're playing a card to get a card later. Yes, but I can always use this as a resource if I need to.
Yeah.
But if I don't need the resource, instead of holding cards in my hand or whatever, I do this, I'm getting more cards. And generally what I'm trying to do with my basic cards is I'm trying to get to my character cards as often and as fast as possible, and this helps me do that. So it helps me churn through my decks.
Yeah.
Love this card. Like I said, this is one of my top 5. I don't know if it's top 3 because I did only it makes it in all my basics, but maybe not. It's a lower slot when I'm playing any other aspect, but I do absolutely still love this. But it is going to be one of my top 5 events.
Yeah, so the idea behind the basic decks is to
Get to your player cards.
yeah, but so you're putting a lot of cards like supports and upgrades.
Yeah, a lot of stuff
This
that
is like
stays on
the
the table.
only event usually that I will add to a basic deck, so
Same here.
because it allows you, it replaces itself cycling through the deck is the only reason. Otherwise events, basic events don't belong in, the basic only deck, in my opinion.
Yeah, to me, I treat this like a cantrip. And
Yeah. In some other game that we won't mention. All right. Well, anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go and hit that notification bell down there, and you're going to get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see ya.